So this is the stock tube that comes with the PreSonus Studio channel. And this is the tube that we're about to replace it with. It's a Genelec Gold Lion 12AX7. Will it actually make a difference? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Looking at these two side by side, there really isn't any big differences. The biggest difference that I noticed right away is that this one is a brand name and has gold pins, where this one is a Chinese stock tube that has regular pin. When you hold the two in your hand, one really feels cheap and the other one feels a little bit more premium. Right, so this one cost me $60 and I'm going to add it into the PreSonus Studio channel. Let's see if it actually makes a difference. So I just finished installing the tube in the PreSonus Studio channel, and of course I tested it to make sure that I didn't break anything, and it is ready to go. It's currently racked up and turned on. The tube is currently warming up, and I'm about to use it to give you guys a little bit of before and after and see if it actually makes a difference. But while the tube is warming up, I want to talk about my expectations real quick. But first, I'm Eli from EliRadMusic.com. If you are an artist who's looking to record or mix, you can book directly on our website, and you can contact us there as well. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a like and comment down below to show support to the channel. This will help to support and help us keep those videos going for you guys. While doing my research, I found out that the PreSonus Studio channel is not a true tube style preamp. It is more of a clean preamp that has a tube in there that you can add to the signal path that will affect the signal in a way, but it is not a true tube style preamp. With that said, do I actually expect to have a big difference in the sound? No, but I do expect some type of difference. Now the tube that I got is the Genelec Gold Lion 12AX7 tube. It is said to have low noise, a smoother top end, and add a little bit of saturation. So we're about to find out exactly just how well it improves the sound, but I do not expect to hear a big difference. Now what I am hoping for is to hear a smoother top end, lower noise floor, a more controlled low end, and a little bit of saturation, especially in the mid-range. I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out, but I did record a little bit of audio before I swap out the tube, and I'm about to record a little bit more after I do the swap, and we're going to compare those and see if there actually is a difference. All right, and we are back with some audio samples. First, I'm going to play them for you in solo, and after that, I am going to play them for you in context of the mix. And once we get that done, I'm going to give you my opinion and also tell you about my experience during the recording process for both the before and after the tube swap. All right, so let's get right into it, and let's see what this sample sounds like. I forgot to mention, I'm going to do a quick blind test. See if you guys can pick out which one is which. As soon as you get it, make sure you drop it down in the comment. But then I will do a reveal at the end to show you what is actually what. This is me trying to make this for the tube. This is me trying to make this for the tube. Yeah, this is me trying to make this for the tube. This is me trying to make this for the tube. Yeah, this is me trying to do this for the tube. This is me trying to do this for the tube, yeah. This is me tryna do this for the tube. This is me tryna do this for the tube, yeah. This is me tryna make this for the tube. This is me tryna make this for the tube, yeah. This is me tryna make this for the tube. This is me tryna make this for the tube, yeah. This is me tryna do this for the tube. This is me tryna do this for the tube, yeah. This is me tryna do this for the tube. This is me tryna do this for the tube, yeah. Alright, so obviously the performances were not the same. So it's actually kind of hard to tell because of that difference in performance. So I don't know if the impact was me performing each take or if there's actually a big difference on what I was actually listening to. But what I can say during the recording process is the way I felt based on what I was hearing while recording live. Recording with the stock tube, I did feel like everything was a little bit too harsh. While recording with the Genelec tube, I felt like it was a little bit more smoother all around, right? The top end, I feel like wasn't as harsh as the stock tube was. And I do feel like it was a little bit more forward in the mix. And mind you that I did not change anything as far as the gain staging and EQ or anything like that. Everything was the exact same. The only thing that was different was the actual tube, right? So to record these takes, I actually set the tube to about 30%, right? I don't plan on recording with more than that, so I felt like that was a good spot to actually test the tube in. So I set it about 30%, and that was the same for both the stock tube and the Genelec tube. But the difference that I could hear while I was recording was that the Genelec tube actually did sound a little bit more smoother. Now, it wasn't much of a difference to say like this was a night and day difference. Actually, while I was doing the playback, I could barely notice a difference if there was any, right? But I do know while I was recording, maybe it was just the adrenaline in me just having swapped out the tube. So I was expecting something to be heard, and maybe that's what I was hearing and not an actual difference. But playing back also, I'm not going to say they sound the same because they really don't sound the same. But I don't know if that was part of the performance that I was giving versus the actual tube making a difference, right? But overall, I do prefer the way the Genelec tube sounds because I think it sounds a little bit more smooth, a little bit more well-rounded, where the stock tube I feel like was more harsh overall. With that said, the difference is not very big. It's very tiny, and I don't think that it makes a big enough difference to say that my PreSonus Studio channel is now at a different league as far as what it was before. I still think it punches well over its weight class, but I do think it is just a little bit better. I'd give it maybe 5-10%, being generous. But yeah, there is a difference. It's just not a huge one. Now, what does that mean for the actual signal chain upgrade? The signal chain upgrade is something that does need to happen. Now, the question is, will I follow the initial plan and get the mic pre first and then get a compressor later on? Or will I follow the new plan and get the compressor first because I just did this tube swap? I think I'm going to go with the compressor first because of the tube swap. While it's not big of a difference, it does make a slight of a difference that I think if I add a good compressor to this chain, it's going to make a bigger difference that will allow me to actually hold off on getting the mic pre, maybe a little bit down the line, maybe a couple months after, who knows. We'll see how everything turns out. But for now, I think I'm going to proceed with getting the compressor that I've been eyeing and see how much of a difference that actually makes into the sound. Right, so that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like and comment down below to show support to the channel. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. This is me tryna make this for the tube. This is me tryna make this for the tube. Yeah, this is me tryna do this for the tube. This is me tryna do this for the tube. Yeah, this is me tryna make this for the tube. This is me tryna make this for the tube. Yeah, this is me tryna do this for the tube. This is me tryna do this for the tube. Yeah.